Hey guys, it's Jolene from Smith's Nature Friendly Farms. I'm hanging out in the garden today in my happy place, and I want to show off this flower that I grew today. This is another one of those unique plants I just had to try out and experiment with. It's called a Butterfly Pea Flower, and this one's actually Thai Double Blue. Yeah, Thai Double Blue. Baker's Creek Seeds had them, which I think they're actually sold out now, but they may come back in the spring or sometime in the middle of the winter when they restock up. So this guy is in the legume family, and he grows just like any kind of bean, you know, up a vine. I'm going to show them to you here quickly, but these were fun to grow, and I'm going to show you them. The thing that's actually really cool about them is what you do with them afterwards, and it actually isn't about the pod. All right, so this is what I actually use the butterfly pea flower for. Is essentially for the flower. So I will harvest the flower, which is actually quite prolific. You'll get quite a few flowers off of one plant. Every day they pop up and you pick them off, and then I take them to the dehydrator and dry them. So that's actually what I'm harvesting from the pea flowers, and I'll show you what we're going to do with them. This is the butterfly pea flower down here, and it grows in a vine and then has this pretty little flower that the bumblebees quite like. And then you do get pods from it. But I'm not growing it for the pod, although in this case I'm going to save some seeds for next year. But you're growing it actually for the flower. So although these guys have seen better days, they've already dried up, I would take the full flower like this one, and typically they're actually usually quite a bit bigger, and I would take that and pick it and dry it in the house. So this guy is a native to Asia. It's best grown in a high heat environment. So I started this guy off a little bit late with my spring planting. So I didn't actually start it like all my other plants inside the greenhouse or anything like that. I waited until the season was completely done with frost and then planted it, and it took off in the high heat. So it definitely likes the heat. Takes it a little bit to get going. I found it really slow growing at first, but then it starts to take off. I don't think it would be super ideal in a cold climate like back in Calgary, Alberta, Zone 3. The season is so short that I don't know. You definitely have to grow it inside, keep it incredibly protected until there's absolutely no chance of frost. And then if you do get that, you know, rare July or August frost, you definitely have to cover it up because it's got absolutely no frost tolerance. To me, it's like that sweet potato vine. Like this will be the first thing that dies on not even a true frost. It'll be a cold night, it'll go. So this guy likes the heat. It was relatively easy to grow. I read quite a few comments that it's very difficult to germinate. I didn't find that at all really. I plunked the seeds in the soil and they came up. So I didn't have too many issues with it, but I think temperature and timing probably is key. So if you're trying to plant it in the cold, you probably won't get great results, which might be why some people are struggling with their germination rate. So make sure you are in the peak of heat, or at least, you know, on the upswing towards heat, because it will need a warmer temperature in order to germinate, and it'll definitely need the warmer temperature to thrive. So some of the really cool properties of this pea flower is that it actually changes colors with hot water, and I'm going to show you how we do this. We're going to take a look at it. So I don't have very many flowers in here, maybe 4 or 5 dried flowers, and I've got it just in a borosilicate teapot it actually came from the Great Mississippi Tea Company, which is my friends, and they run a tea company here in Brookhaven. And we're gonna put in some hot water, and I just boiled the water. And it's going to take a few minutes for it to truly gain all of its color, but you can kind of see like a little bit of the hinge of blue, but it'll get quite blue over time. So I won't make you sit there and watch it go blue. We'll come back. See the leaves in here? And it'll get even a little bit darker than this, but this right now, like that's an impressive blue. And there's a lot of really fun uses for this. What do you think about it? Like, to me, this is a really fun thing to grow with kids, because afterwards you and the kids can sit down and actually make yourself a blue drink. People make teas out of them, but you could also make lemonades out of them, add some honey to it to sweeten them up. I've seen people put the coloring on top of ice. When you think about it, it's a no calorie, or well, it's probably not no calorie, but low calorie option to add to any drinks, anything like that. I've even read that people put it in their ice to make blue rice. Put it in ice cubes, and you got blue ice cubes. If you're doing a USA July 4th weekend theme, you could have blue ice cubes. Like, there's a lot of cute things that people are doing for it, using them for. So there's that, and also people use it for dyes. So you could also, I don't know, I've never tried it. I wouldn't necessarily put it in clothing. I feel like it would wash out. In Burmese and Thai cultures, they take the flowers and they actually roast them in butter, fry them in butter, and eat them that way. And I would imagine you could probably put these in salads and eat them as well. Now, pea flowers do have a bit of a, like a pea taste to them, like not like, you know, like a sweet pea kind of thing. So they may not have like the sweet taste that you think that the color should provide you. So you just have to be prepared that it does still have a tiny taste of vegetable to it. Another thing that you can add this coloring to is bread, any kind of baking you do. That way you could have like Smurf bread or or I don't know why you'd want blue bread, but hey, you can have blue bread. Right now, for the extra cool factor, here's one for the kids. We're going to take some real lemon. We're going to actually change the color of this drink. And you can see it's now gone purple. Isn't that seriously the coolest? Like, that would get kids excited about growing, I think, anyways. Well, that is the butterfly pea flower. So fun to grow. Highly recommend it, especially if you have kids or if you're a tea drinker and you're looking for options to, you know, fill your cup up with something interesting or even make lemonades out of. I think it's a neat one to be growing. So butterfly pea flower. Check it out, you guys. Be friendly. Be kind.